Hey guys, so first of all, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just me sharing my opinions, what Yah has shown to me in connection to the markets, prophetic dreams, etc., etc. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, this is basically a follow-up video from the last one that I made back in January, I think. I'll roll the clip. I've been paying attention to the markets, and I can't seem to ignore this very ominous shooting star candlestick that is formed with Bitcoin on the monthly. Now, as I mentioned previously, Yah had showed me in dreams that there were two big flash crashes coming, and they were coming back to back. The one that I'm expecting right now, like I said, may potentially take us all the way down to the 70K area, or even quite possibly down to the 60Ks. And if that's the case, we know that when Bitcoin drops even by a little, the altcoins take a great beating. And so the alts may suffer and crash even greater than that of Bitcoin. Now, if you're an experienced trader, it is up to you to decide whether or not you want to take advantage of this temporary correction. Now, I'm sure that if there were any of you guys out there that were listening to this latest video that I made back in January, I'm pretty sure that you would have taken advantage and have made some cash, because Bitcoin has done basically, except for I mentioned 60. It almost did exactly what I expected it to do, except for it didn't go to the 60s and it has not yet bounced. So this video right here is a follow-up to that video. You know, as you just heard, I stated that the shooting star doji was, the shooting star candlestick rather, was an indication of imminent bearish activity that was coming for Bitcoin. And so after that shooting star candlestick that was on the monthly, there it is, so beautiful, sitting right there on top. It's like a flashing warning light, letting you know that, watch out, the cliff is coming. So yes, I expected it to tumble all the way down to the 60s. And so this is a follow-up to that video. So recently I've been checking out the charts and man, look at this, guys. Look at this. You know what that is? You know what's getting ready to occur? Listen. Bitcoin wants to tumble. Bitcoin is fixing to tumble, quite possibly even to surprise everyone, you know, as far as how far it will tumble. Because you know what this is right here? This is a death cross getting ready to occur, and it's very near. Now, a death cross is when the 50-day moving average, which is this blue line right here, the 50-day moving average, crosses down and beneath this purple line right here, which is the 200-day moving average. Okay, whenever it crosses, the blue line crosses the purple, bad news. It's just simple as that. Bad news for Bitcoin, bad news for the markets, because it's, you know, we're gonna have some pain ahead. We're gonna go down. Whenever the blue line is above, as you obviously can see from all the way down here, every time that it's above, it's bullish for Bitcoin. So that's the 50-day moving average right here. Whenever it's on top, bullish for Bitcoin. Whenever it crosses, bearish activity. And sometimes it doesn't stay that long. The question is, will it be like down here where it just, you know, bounces from one of the levels of support, like this 73,000 area here? Look at that. Look how beautiful it is right here. Look at this area of support. It just rests so beautifully on these candles right here. So will Bitcoin attempt to bounce from the 73,000 area and then continue onwards? Will it do that? I'd love for it to do that, but I don't think so. I think Bitcoin wants to tumble. More than likely, more than that 73,000 area, I'm thinking that it will come to the 49, 50K area. Look at that again. Look at this, how beautiful that is. at this level of support right here at the 49.50. Now, I'm pretty sure that just by saying that, like, maybe a great deal of traders, probably if they, happen to hear me, maybe thinking that this guy is on the kryptonite, or what is this guy on? Bitcoin's not going to tumble that far, really. I mean, how well do you know Bitcoin? Bitcoin can do whatever the heck it wants to do. It just loves to surprise people. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. I mean, of course, it can do whatever it wants, It can just bounce from that 73 area onwards up to that 133,000 K area that Yah had shown to me. Or it could bounce from the 49, from the 49, 50K area. It could. But one thing is for sure, if Bitcoin tumbles beneath this 49, 50K area, oh man, that would be wonderful. That would be glorious, because you guys may not even know, but beneath the 49K going down, it'll actually go down. It will actually go down to, first it'll go down to the 31K area. It'll go down here. It usually has a level of support right there around 30, 31K. But regardless, it may just have a tiny bounce. It won't have any major bounce from there. That's if it loses the 49K area. It'll go right through that 31 all the way down to 22K. And that's it. That's when the party begins. That's what we've all been waiting for, because that'll be the time for us to pull out that Chateau LeBlanc 85 in preparation for celebration, because that's when the meme coins are going to pop. And notice I didn't say the altcoins. They're coming later. Yes, they come after the meme coins. So the meme coins that have at least 10 to 9 zeros, it's gonna be their time to shine. They're gonna pop. And immediately behind those meme coins, and this is all what I think. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all based off of what Yah has been showing to me. Because Yah said he's gonna drop XRP, he's gonna drop all of these blue chip coins, because the wicked ones, they're most certainly not gonna be holding these coins. Yah is gonna give it to his sons and daughters. So first he has to drop them. He has to put everything in order. And the first up is these coins that people that are high-minded think are worthless. And he has deliberately done this to hide these things from the wise and the learned, or people that think that they're, the high-minded. He's hidden these, what should I call them? Future gems from these people, because they see them as being worthless right now. So they won't even think to invest in them or put any money in them. Or, maybe not even a lot of money, just a few bucks, not knowing that they are going to be the stars of the show in this new season that's coming up. It's not going to be a blue chip, none of the polka dots or the Algorands yet. No. It's going to be the ones that are basically worthless, like Lunk. Notice that Lunk is tumbling lower. Yeah, because it's loading. You see, it's gearing up for its run, but it first has to go lower. But even before all of these are the Wiki Cats, the BNB Tigers, the Kishu Inu. These are gonna make multi-millionaires. And whenever Bitcoin tumbles below 40, down to the 20s, and even into the 10K to 8K areas, you mark my words, either immediately thereafter or around the same time, when Bitcoin's around $10,000 to $8,000, these coins are going to explode. They're going to set records. And I'll talk some more about this in other videos. But for now, let's, focus on this beautiful death cross that's getting ready to occur. I'm pretty sure that this death cross here has a lot of the bulls like shaking in their boots. But for me, it's beautiful because, you know, we can see that Bitcoin is most definitely coming down to the 70K areas next. Right around here, its previous all-time high, it's coming to test that area at around 69K, 70. Will it bounce? Perhaps it may have a little bounce, but the big bounce, I don't know. I can't say. Perhaps it needs to go down further. Now, Ya had showed me that there were two big flash crashes that are coming, and they're coming back to back, one on top of the other. The key word here is that they were big. Now, can I say that this crash here for Bitcoin from 100 and basically 10,000 down to 77,000 was a big crash? No, not at all. A big crash would be at least 50,000. Now you guys see why I mentioned that before. Because I saw it, you see. Yeah, showed it to me. The crash was big. So what I'd classify as a big crash, and look where this is at. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. It rests so beautifully on this line right here. Right at 51,000. And you could say also 49,000, right around there, around 50 grand, right around 50K right there. If there's going to be a bounce back up above 100,000 into the 133,000 area, as I've seen, I'm thinking that it would be from here. But like I said, if it's not from there, because you have to factor in the black swan event, if there's some kind of black swan event, I tell you, it's going to tumble straight through all of these levels of support, through 50, through 31, right there, all the way down to 22. And from there, you can expect it even to tumble further, down into the 10s and the 8s. And at those levels, at those areas, and at the 10K, 8K area, I've personally seen it flash crashed to zero from 8K. You know, and it bounced very powerfully, very violently. It rebounded. So that's what I'm expecting. You know, I saw this death cross coming up for Bitcoin, and I thought that I'd have to present it and share it with you guys so that you know that there's bearish activities coming, not only for Bitcoin, all the other coins that are tied to Bitcoin, but for some coins, especially the ones that have gone worthless, like Lunk, and the ones that are already at zero, like WikiCat, BNB Tiger, the star of the show, you know, it's going to be very good for them. Because when Bitcoin, which is like some great succubus sucking up all the market dominance from these other coins, whenever it tumbles, they're going to shine. So that's what I'm expecting. Very, very soon, you guys are going to see it's going to tumble beneath 80K, going all the way down to $70,000. And we'll see from there. You know, hopefully I'll get to make another video whenever it's down in those areas and see what it'll do. So, there you have it, you guys. Bitcoin is preparing to tumble even further and take with it the entire markets, including Shiba Inu, guys. I'm expecting Shiba Inu to lose 2 zeros. Actually, to gain 2 zeros. My bad. I'm expecting Shiba Inu to gain 2 zeros. If Bitcoin tumbles into these areas down to the 50s, 50, 49K, you'll bet it'll gain 2 zeros really quickly because they tumble much faster. The alts move in reaction to Bitcoin much faster. And XRP as well is going to tumble. XRP has a lot of fans, but unfortunately, you guys, XRP is going to tumble as well with Bitcoin. XRP will have its day, most certainly. Yeah, so that's it, you guys. I've shared what was, what's on my mind, what I'm looking at in the markets. And I'll see you again whenever Bitcoin tumbles down to the 60s or the 70s area. I'll see if I cook up another video. Now, until next time, Sampai Jumpa. Au revoir. Adios. Zaijian.